You wake up at 5 a.m. out of habit. The bed is empty because they're getting ready for work. You walk into the kitchen to find that Bakugo has accidentally left a list of things he needs you to look into for his latest case, and Kirishima has left a sticky note on your coffee mug with a hero-less goal on it, like going to the bakery that you like. How do you handle their clumsy, loving attempts to give you a mission that doesn't require a license, but it also hurts you deep in the heart? The letter sat on the kitchen counter like a mound. You hadn't moved it, hadn't thrown it away, hadn't folded it back into its envelope, hadn't done anything except read it 4 times in the span of 20 minutes, until the words blurred together into something that didn't feel real. Due to the sustained injuries incurred during the Sector 9 incident, the Hero Public Safety Commission has determined that your license is hereby suspended indefinitely, pending physical clearance that medical review suggests is unlikely within the foreseeable future. Unlikely. You'd been a hero for 6 years. You'd bled for it. You'd missed birthdays and holidays, and quiet Sunday mornings because the job demanded everything, and you'd given everything that you had. And now, the commission had decided that everything wasn't enough anymore, and they were taking the one thing that had ever made you feel like you were worth something back. The apartment was too quiet. Katsuki was on patrol until 8. Ejiro had a school visit across the city. Some middle school career day thing he'd agreed to months ago. You were alone with the letter, and not having them around you was even more hurtful. He made tea, didn't drink. He sat on the couch. You got up. He stood in the doorway of the bedroom for a long moment, looking at the bed, the 3 pillows, Katsuki's side, with the sheets still twisted, because he always ran hot and kicked them off by 3 a.m. Ijiro's hoodie draped over the headboard. They're going to leave. The thought arrived the way those thoughts always did, sideways, quiet, wearing the face of common sense. Why would they stay? You were a hero. That's all you had in common. That's the foundation. Without the license, without the work, what are you? Dead weight in an apartment that they're both paying into, a liability, a charity case. You were sitting on the bathroom floor when the front door opened at 8:17. You heard Katsuki drop his keys in the dish by the door. Heard the sound of him rolling his shoulders out of his hero gear. The buckles, the familiar exhale he always did when he got home, like the city was something he had to physically shed. And then silence. Hey. His voice came through the door, low, not angry, something careful in it that Katsuki reserved from the moments he understood were bigger than he was. The letter's on the counter. It wasn't a question. Yeah, you said. A beat, and then the bathroom door opened. You hadn't locked it, and he folded himself down onto the tile beside you without a word, back against the tub, shoulder pressed to yours. He smelled like smoke, and the specific sharpness of a long shift. He didn't say anything for a while, which was its own kind of language with Katsuki. I'm not a hero anymore, you said, because you needed to hear it out loud from your own mouth. The commission took your license, he said. That's different. Is it? Yes. Flat. Certain. It is. You laughed and it came out wrong. too wet at the edges. Katsuki, I don't know what to do now. I don't know who I am without. I know. He reached over and took your hand, not gently the way Ijiro did it, but firmly, the way Katsuki held on to things he wasn't letting go of. I know you don't. You figure it out. And if I can't, he turned to look at you then, and his expression was the one he almost never let anyone see, the one underneath the teeth and the volume. Then you keep not figuring it out until you can. That's not a reason to. He stopped. His jaw worked. You're not leaving, and we're not leaving. That's not on the table. Don't make it something you're allowed to catastrophize about. You were still sitting there when you heard the front door open again. Ijiro's entrance was different, louder in a different way, enthusiastic in that specific manner of someone who loved coming home. Hello, guys. A pause, and then softer. Wyan? We're in the bathroom. Katsuki called, the sound of Ijiro's footsteps, and then he was in the doorway, still in his civilian clothes from the school visit. Red hair down, he took in the scene, both of you on the tile. Your face, the way Katsuki's hand was wrapped around yours, and he didn't ask. He just sat down on your other side, cross-legged, and pulled you sideways into his chest, with both arms like it was the most natural thing in the world. Hey, we've got you. And something about the simplicity of it broke something open in your chest. I'm scared. I'm not going to be able to find something else. And I'm scared both of you are going to look at me one day and realize that I was only worth keeping around because I was useful. Stop. Stop right there. He's right. That's the most idiotic thing you've ever said. And you once tried to fight a villain with a sprained wrist and called it strategic. Despite everything, you almost laughed. We didn't fall for the hero license. We fell for you, Wyan. The way you steal Katsuki's hoodie, and then act like you haven't. The way you remember everything we've mentioned offhand, and then just show up with it. The way you care so hard, it's just stupid sometimes. The commission can take your license, but they can't take any of that. Katsuki made a sound that wasn't quite agreement, but wasn't disagreement either, which from him was practically a declaration. You need to eat something, and then we'll figure it out, like we do everything else. And if I don't know what's next, we'll do it together, Wyan. Ijiro took your hand as you walked out of the bathroom, placing his fingers through yours. On your other side, Katsuki's knuckles brushed yours once, twice, before he let his hand settle at the back of your head. The letter was still on the table, but somehow, for the first time since you'd read it, it felt like you could survive. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.